Hello everyone, welcome back to another Plan With Me video. I hope all of you had an amazing week, and for me, this is like one of those weeks that I had everything planned ahead of time and something very unexpected happened and my entire schedule just shifted completely to something else. It's just life, I know. So this week I'm using another home theme kit from Scribble and also my Once More with Love and HappyScrappie Doodle stickers. Without further ado, let's get into the spread. So first again, I'm laying down my bottom washi from the kit. This time I chose a very light and pastel colored kit because I have a lot of things that I wanted to write down for memory and also for future reference. I didn't want too much color in the kit that would overwrite my writings. Next, I'm laying down this beautiful watercolor theme day covers from HappyScrappie. I really loved how nicely this color matched the rest of the spread. Next, I've decided to start my week with the two full boxes in the connected graphics. I'm so glad that there's this family room artwork in this kit because this is literally where I spend all of my daytime for the first half of the week. Next, I wrote down the word "the unexpected" because this is really what this week's is about. Before I laid this down, I've decided to add in a skinny glittery stripe in between the boxes. I really like the look of this because it adds space for my spread to breathe, but at the same time not leaving it empty. And next, I've sort of built this into a habit already, and that is to write down the list of things that I'm really grateful for. And this could be just as simple as that I'm healthy and I have limbs to cook whatever that I wanted to eat at this moment. I find that it's really easy for me to overlook on these little things, especially when I have my goals or my eyes set on something I don't have yet, and constantly that gives me a lot of anxiety. And just by writing down this list makes me feel very encouraged and appreciative and just happy about the little things I already have in life. Bottom of my sidebar, I've decided to lay down this sticker with a kitty on top of books from HappyScrappie, and I wrote to read more, to remind myself to read more books for this week. And again, this is like the pre-plan that got completely interrupted. So first I laid down my garbage munchkin and put down a reminder that I have to take my garbage out by 7:30 in the morning. And next I wrote down that I wanted to keep up with my 30-minute mountain climbing routine, and I just can't express how glad I am to have this activity built into my morning routine. I actually live pretty close to the mountain, so I've always had the access, but it just never occurred to me to do this on a daily basis. So now I do a very, very quick route in the forest, and just the amount of oxygen in the mountain really, really wakes me up nicely in the morning. And next I laid down this meal prep munchkin to remind myself to meal prep for Mirabelle and her friends' lunch when I'm making my breakfast, so I can save a lot of time later on in the day. And after that, I was able to work on my emails, and I'm pretty glad I was able to finish that because for the days after, I really wasn't able to get to my computer at all. So then we had lunch as usual, and Enzo had his nap in the afternoon, and when he woke up, I discovered that he was having a fever, and I was really nervous. I mean, I don't really bring him out at all, and even when I do my grocery, he will be staying home with my husband most of the time. And I just can't figure out what the cause may be for this fever, and I was just getting really nervous. I mean, the chances are low, but what if it's, something COVID related, and he's only 1.5 years old? So since then, I was just measuring him every half an hour to make sure that the fever doesn't go too high, and by about 7 p.m. the fever peaked at about 39 degrees, which is pretty high, but I was still kind of hoping that this is not like a flu virus and it would go away overnight. So next is kind of like a spoiler. So we did find out that it was roseola at the end, and I wanted to do a symptom checklist for roseola in case this happens again in the future. I won't be really panicking as much, and I was just writing down all of the significant symptoms on my full box checklist. And I really wanted this checklist to pop up on my spread, so I've decided to place it somewhere in between the two columns. So I first laid down a square box and also put out a sick day munchkin on top of it. And underneath it, I put my roseola checklist, and I also drew in a drop shadow effect with my gray highlighter, and I thought it looked really good, and it pops out so nicely. And back home, I was just still in that measuring him every half an hour mode, and I was getting more and more nervous because the fever is just not coming down. So I know it's not just from like getting cold from a shower or anything like that. So by 10 a.m. I kind of figured that I have to call my doctor, and I wrote down that my doctor recommended us to go to the emergency. So I put down this oh my god face munchkin because I really didn't want to bring him there. Now during the pandemic, anyone that goes to the emergency has to do the nose swab, and he's only 1.5 years, and I just can't imagine how they would do that on him, and I don't even think I can hold him still to finish that. And then I put down another take my medicine munchkin because the fever just keeps coming back, and I was just giving him medicine every 6 hours to lower his temperature. So by 5 p.m. this is pretty much where I'm giving up on the stay home plan, and I've talked to my husband and we decided to bring him to the hospital. I know eventually we've decided to do that. So something so dramatically happened here. Mirabelle, as the kid that is always so understanding, started crying nonstop, like crazy, screaming, crying. And I just couldn't figure out why she went so dramatic because that's just not normally her. And I didn't want to lie to her about anything because there is a possibility that we're staying at the hospital tonight. And so I was just trying to calm her down, and that lasted about 30 minutes, and just magically I measured Enzo again. His fever didn't go up this time, and that was like the first time in the past 2 days. So I was getting a little hopeful, and I wanted to maybe monitor him for another hour, and it's amazing. That hour the temperature stayed at 37.8. So right away we canceled our hospital plan. I was so glad, and I had to thank Mirabelle for this, that we didn't go to the hospital. Imagine the torture that Enzo had to go through at the hospital. I put down this little tired munchkin because I was exhausted by Wednesday, but at the same time was so happy that we didn't have to go to the hospital. And later that day, the red rashes came out, and that's probably the most significant symptoms of roseola, and that kind of marks the end life of the virus. Later that day, I wrote Home Sweet Home because that's really all I could think of. I was just so glad that it was nothing serious and Enzo was able to recover so quickly. Family health is always number one. I put down this family dinner munchkin. I know it's only been 3 days, but it felt like a long time since we had a normal dinner together. So that pretty much summarizes the first half of my week. It's complete chaos and I'm just so glad I'm over it. And for the rest of the week, I was just busy catching up work and I won't go into too much detail with that. Before I forget, I always like to put some glittery overlays on top of my full box graphics. So I hope all of you stay very safe and healthy during this very special time, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys again next week. Bye now.